Hello everyone, this is Dino from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a Q&A episode, so let's actually get started, shall we? So Lukezilla, your first question. How would a scientifically accurate Indoraptor look like? Well, first and foremost, Indoraptor is a fictional dinosaur, basically a hybrid dinosaur. But in terms if it had to be accurate, I would probably have to say, that it would have to be a little bit smaller, and probably I would say it would have to have a little bit more feathers on it. But the skull kind of almost looks like it's very similar to the Indominus Rex, and claws are very similar to the Indominus Rex, but all I can say is that it's gonna look a little bit more like a typical raptor than like a really large raptor, or like a large raptor but had Indominus Rex traits, which it really did. But yeah, I probably have to say it would just have to have more feathers and also be a little bit smaller. Your second question: who would win, saltwater crocodile or Mastodonsaurus? Easy, saltwater crocodile. Saltwater crocodile's got a lot more. It's got the tougher armor and basically the tougher skin. It's a reptile, and also crocodiles have osteoderms, or bony scutes on them, so it's easier for the saltwater crocodile to have a really good defense. Whereas Mastodonsaurus is an amphibian, and that amphibian's going to stand no chance against a saltwater crocodile. There is just no chance. What is your opinion on the Thanator from James Cameron's Avatar? I haven't seen Avatar in a long time, so I probably would say it's cool. That's all I could say about it. That it looks really cool. All right, Nicholas. Your first question: which of these two paleontologists have discovered the most T-Rex fossil skeletons, Jack Horner or Pete Larson? Because I have heard that they have been digging up a lot more T-Rex fossils than anyone else, and would like to know which one has discovered the most T-Rex fossils. Well, pretty much the easiest answer is Black Hills Institute of Geological Research, and that is Larson. Larson has discovered more T-Rex specimens than anybody else. Horner is right behind him. He is right behind him. The thing is that Larson was discovering more T-Rexes before Horner did. Larson has actually had a better reputation of actually digging up Tyrannosaurus Rex specimens a lot better compared to Jack Horner. But even though Jack Horner does do a good job of actually digging up the bones of Tyrannosaurus Rex and showcasing them to a lot of people, but the problem is that his ideas of what Tyrannosaurus Rex were very controversial. But I'm not going to get into that. But in terms of who discovered more, it's Larson, Black Hills Institute of Geological Research. So the company in general, that company in that museum, has discovered more T-Rexes than anybody else. Horner's not too far behind, but there might be a few paleontologists that are going to catch up to that number. But remember, predator fossils are very hard to find compared to herbivores, and so the herbivore fossils are going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more of them. How accurate is the baby T-Rex designs in prehistoric planets, since there are not many fossils of young T-Rexes, and with the Nano-Tyrannus debate still going on? I thought they looked pretty cool. I thought they looked really good for the show itself, and also what the evidence has actually showcased us about young T-Rexes, when they're around 3 to 4 years old. I wouldn't say 2 or even younger, because we haven't found a T-Rex hatchling just yet, or even a nest, for that matter. Those are actually hard to come by. But even though juvenile Tyrannosaurus rexes are very, very rare. So we need to, hopefully there's going to be a couple more discoveries to be have to find more juvenile T Rexes, even though we're finding more like teenage T Rexes. But hopefully we could find a few more, and especially ones that are a bit younger too. But even though the ones that are younger probably get swept up further down the stream, and of course predators probably or scavengers took them, or even like the larger predators. So like the raptors, Quetzalcoatlus, and even other T Rexes would have actually gotten those. But in terms of prehistoric planet, the baby T Rex, the juvenile T Rexes look pretty good. Look really pretty good. And your other question that you have in here too, I'll answer it for you in the comment section when I actually get that chance. Because the one you're talking about is a subadult T Rex specimen. I will look that up a little bit more so that way I can actually answer that for you in the comment section. All right, Alex, your question. In Walking with Dinosaurs and in The Battle of the Big Owl, I noticed that the Diplodocus were making sounds that were similar to the baleen whales. Do you think that most sauropods made sounds that were similar to the baleen whales? Answer to that is probably more likely no, because you see, baleen whales have a vocalization, and they do have vocal cords, and so it makes, and also they have sonar too, and so that sonar is also attributing to those sounds. But with Diplodocus, especially sauropods, they didn't have that, and so they probably were more likely using infrasound, so low frequency sounds that, like us human beings, we can't hear infrasound, but other animals can because their hearing is designed to be that way. Is because we're more into hearing higher frequency sounds compared to other types of animals. But at least with sauropods, they do have that. They do have those same things with other animals, but not humans. And so I don't think they would ever sound like baleen whales. I would probably say that they're a little bit going to be very low sounding sounds, and probably had not much of the vocalization that we think that they could probably have, like we have seen in like Walking with Dinosaurs, and even in like other types of prehistoric documentaries too, because I think there needs to be a better understanding of what the sauropods did sound like. We're starting to get into a little bit more of the theropods and some of the like ornithischians, but sauropods are very poorly understood in terms of vocalization. So hopefully we're going to find more evidence about like what kind of vocalization that sauropods did have, but it's probably more likely going to be very low frequency sounds, so infrasound. All right, Benjamin, is the tail of Tenontosaurus designed like a sauropod tail? Not necessarily, because remember, Tenontosaurus is part of the iguanodontid family, whereas sauropods are long-necked dinosaurs and they're designed differently. Tenontosaurus is an ornithischian, and so it's part of the iguanodontid family, and so its tail is long, but not whip-like, like say Diplodocus or Apatosaurus. Not designed that way. They're gonna be muscular, no question about that. They're not gonna be as like hugely muscular, like say a Brachiosaurus or a Camarasaurus, but they have shorter tails. But Tenontosaurus has got a really long tail compared to its body size, and so I probably would say is that it's going to be almost like a baseball bat type of like action, but it's a little bit more flexible. And so Tenontosaurus' tail will be flexible, but it's going to hit a small predator like a baseball bat. That's probably what it's going to feel like for that type of predator. Sorry about this. Your next question is Muttaburrasaurus a relative of Alterinus? It could be. It's still part of like that iguanodontid like subfamily, where they don't look like hadrosaurs, but they're have some features that look very similar to hadrosaurs, but not really. And so they do have that cavity in that nasal area to possibly have that like inflatable skin, that flexible skin to be able to inflate, to like show off as a display structure, and also to use as to incorporate more sound through that nasal passage. And so I'd probably say it could be it could be related to Ultibrinus, but I'll have to look that up a little bit more. Is Lesothosaurus the smallest of all ornithischians? I don't think it is. I think it's one of them, but I don't think it's actually the smallest. I think there's another dinosaur out there that is actually the smallest ornithischian, but I'm not totally sure. But it's one of them. It's one of them. And who would win, Lesothosaurus or Heterodontosaurus? And so these two animals are very close to each other in time. I think Heterodontosaurus is a tad bit more in the Jurassic, and I think Lesothosaurus is like right on that, really close to the border of the Triassic and Jurassic. It's around that kind of time. But I have to go with Heterodontosaurus just because of the fact is that it's got those fangs. It's got those fangs. That's a good defense that you want to have. If you're a small herbivore, that it's got like these kind of like these fang-like teeth to like a good bite, you know. But I even though Lesothosaurus is going to have speed, but thing is, what does Lesothosaurus have that Heterodontosaurus doesn't have? That is not speed. Not much, and so I would probably have to go with Heterodontosaurus on that one, because Heterodontosaurus just looks really, really cool because of that, because of what those like fangs are compared to the other teeth, and how it like how paleo artists actually have drawn it. Looks very, very menacing, and I would have to go with Heterodontosaurus on this one. That's all the questions I got for you today. Next week will be the extra episode about my trip at the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago. So I'll be showing you some pictures of all the stuff that I got to see, and I'll give you my full-fledged opinion of what I think about the Field Museum, especially some of the exhibits that they got. And so I'll give you my thoughts on the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago, Illinois, in the United States. So stay tuned for that for next week. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or at gmail.com at gmail.com. So dinochrist71@gmail.com for email. But you could also send me questions through Facebook on the Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger is a private conversation, so please put your questions in the comment section on any Facebook post. And also for YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel according to my analytics. So a lot of you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet. So please feel free to like the videos, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. The more likely the more likes the video gets, the more likely it gets spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. So hit that like button, and also subscribe, share the videos, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, and paleontology and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. And also you can hit that notification bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. So please feel free to do so. And also for YouTubers out there, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on these Q&A episodes, and you guys are doing giving me some great questions. As all of you that are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube, you guys are awesome. You're giving me some great questions for these Q&A episodes, and keep up the great work for that. And also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. Dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. And also you can follow me on Threads at, this is pretty much the same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff in there as well. Also, take care of people around you. Also, for your younger people out there, and make sure listening, your parents, your teachers, and guardians. So the best motivation you can have for a good education is to have a good education. So with a good education, you get a good job in the future. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.